Okay, here's what we're going to do. Now that you've been through the webinar, you're going to fill out the application. Then you're going to be assigned a coach for your first coaching call. Then we're going to conduct a site inspection of your property. And finally, we'll conduct another 30-minute call to review the outcome of the inspection and finalise the price, size and other details. Then we order your stock and we get it on the roof. And I trust that by now you can see the unique position that Solar Coach holds in the marketplace and how you can benefit to the tune of tens of thousands of dollars by directly following our coaching process. You know, there's a reason why our clients get it right when most of the market, 95%, gets it wrong. Not only do you get the security of the educational training we provide, as well as the comprehensive due diligence process, but we also provide the assurance of high quality products, particularly in the case of the Canadian Alps, which, with its additional output efficiency, is the leading product on the market at the moment. You also benefit from our post-install service program, in which we follow up to ensure your system is doing what we said it would do, and of course we back that in writing with our Australian First Performance Guarantee. Our guarantees are backed by our extensive research, so we're very confident in our results. Plus, you can literally earn cash bonuses for years after you've paid for your job in two ways with our referral bonus program and our money-making signs. So far, everything we've provided to you on this webinar has been completely complimentary to help you in this process. But we would suggest that when you buy with Solar Coach, you're actually buying much more than a brand, but you're actually buying an investment that will produce positive returns for you for years to come. And look, that's the way it should be. Now, I also want to take away any feelings of risk or reluctance you may still have. Remember, I promise you that there would be no sales pitch, that we would not ask you for money at any stage during the webinar, and I plan on keeping my promise. Well, I also want to tell you that we won't ask for money on our first coaching call either. In fact, we won't ask for money until we've completed our due diligence, done our site inspection, conducted our review, and until we get to our second coaching call. And it's at that point that you can choose to purchase your solar system through us. And when it comes time to making that decision, we'd be more than privileged to help you with that purchase. However, let me be clear, you're under no obligation to buy at any stage throughout the coaching process, and your site inspection is also on us too. If for whatever reason you do choose not to buy at that time, no one is going to give you a hard time for it. At least if they do, I'd like to know about it. So let's review how our process takes away nearly all of the risk associated with buying solar. For the most part, here's the process that the competition follows. Presentation, inspection, buy or die special offer, sale, generally all done on the same day. They secure your deposit, they order your stock, and then they install when it suits them. So that's the process most companies follow. Here's the process that a Solar Coach client goes through. 2-hour educational webinar, Solar Coach application form, first 30-minute coaching call, site inspection with a qualified installer, second 30-minute coaching call, order your stock, 30-day install guarantee provided, post-install service program, another 12-month performance guarantee provided, and a referral bonus program. Now, this process ensures that two main things happen for each and every Solar Coach client. Firstly, you're fully educated and informed on not only what you're buying, but why, and you're allowed the time to make an informed decision. And as you can see, the competition really doesn't compete. And if that doesn't give you extra security and assurance, I'm really not sure what will. Now, one of the things we guard very closely is our coaches' time. We put them through a very rigorous process to make sure they're up to standard, fully trained, and follow our proven system correctly. They have very limited time available, and typically after each webinar, their slots get booked up fairly quickly. Now, if you're confident enough to act now and fill out and send your application, you're more likely to speak to somebody in the next few days without having to go onto our waiting list, which, look, I'm sorry to say, is an unfortunate side effect of the supply and demand of our coaches' time. So please don't put it off for no good reason. It's a sad fact of our human nature is that we tend to procrastinate those things that are most important to us. If you have a spouse or a business partner that wants to go through this webinar, then by all means book them in for it. But in the meantime, you can fill out the application and book your first coaching call so that by the time they've attended the webinar, you're both fully educated on the process. Now, keep in mind that every month you delay getting the right solar system, you're still susceptible to all of those price increases that the energy companies want to push down the line, and they don't seem to be getting any better. And Look, I don't know about you, but I personally feel that the money is better in your pocket than theirs. Just my opinion, of course. I hope by now most of you will be convinced that this process is literally the most effective way of buying solar in Australia today, perhaps the world. But I can still hear some of your objectives saying things like this: it's too much money, or I want to do my own research, I need more time, I don't want to be committed, I need to talk it over with my brother, my uncle, my friend, my spouse, my neighbour, the next door neighbour's dog, whatever. I'm in the middle of renovations, I'm building, I've only just moved in, I've just got a new job, we've just had a baby, I don't have time, all this sort of stuff. You can still go through the process. Fill out the application. Remember, you're not committed to purchasing anything, and in the case of a new building or a renovation job that needs finishing first, this will give you an idea of what you need and where you're headed. Filling out the application and booking your first coaching call won't commit you to anything, but at least you'll have a much better idea of what your personal numbers are with this whole process. At least then it gives you something to think about while you take some time to make an informed decision. If you're one of those people that just want to do your own research, I applaud you. I've done exactly the same thing. Can I just give you a little warning first? When most people say they've done their research, they usually meant they've spent 15 or 20 minutes searching the internet forums or websites by industry experts, in inverted commas, about solar. I want you to keep this in mind when you're doing your research. Doing a Google search on random websites is not research. The internet is like a bathroom wall. Anyone for $10 a month can write anything they want without accountability for their statements and without any documentation of their credentials. And look, as proof of this, just type in "Bill Gates is the devil" or "the Holocaust was a hoax" and see the hundreds of disgusting websites that appear. Now, unless you can document the background or the motive of a random internet post, they're not to be relied upon ever. Often industry expert websites, so-called, are simply lead generation tools that funnel solar leads to any company that will pay a fee for that lead. And this is why I took great pains at the beginning of the webinar to give you a background to the industry and how it's evolved over time, so you're better able to determine a company's motive behind the sales pitch. It's not good enough to say that all they want is a sale, because every company wants a sale, good or bad. I mean, they need it to survive. But some companies will sell your solar system to you without any accountability or long-term consideration to the results of that product. And others will provide you with something that gives you confidence and a good return on your investment. And you want the latter. And in this industry, there's not too many of those. Still nervous? Here's some of the advantages of dealing with Solar Coach. There's no strangers in your home, of particular concern to many of our older widowed clients. If you can use a phone and you have an internet connection, you can use our system. There's no sales pressure, it's just the process. We just go step by step by step. Full disclosure, our mantra is education before sales. We want you to make an informed decision. Plus, you get your very own personal evaluation form as part of your first coaching call, which puts in writing all of the facts and figures you need for your own home, and in your own handwriting, no less. We can also offer additional services like our take-home no-buy package or access to an award-winning finance broker should you need additional help with the money. Now, all in all, we think that's a pretty good deal. So if you haven't already clicked on the Go to Application link, I suggest you do that now. Spend the next 10-15 minutes filling it out and then send it to support@solarcoach.com.au and we'll get back to you shortly. Now let me close with a warning and a reminder. Typically, no matter what we say or how we say it, some of you are still going to run out into the general marketplace and you're going to get stitched up with another solar company that does not offer you any of the security features, guarantees or promises that we offer through the solar coaching process. Remember, 95% of consumers in South Australia get it wrong. What's the chance that you're going to be in the 5% without a coach to guide you? So here's what I want you to do. If you're one of those people that do go out and get yourself trapped and you want to escape the enticings of another solar company, please feel free to bring your written quote or your order form to us within 5 days of the cooling off period if you've already signed something, and one of our coaches will go through it with you. You know, we may just be able to save you from making a very costly financial mistake. If you want any further clarification of any of the topics we've talked about, you can go to the Q&A page on the website. And don't forget to have a look at the solar TV stories while you're there. So thank you very much for joining me. I trust it's been of value to you. Go click on the application link now and we'll chat to you very, very soon. In the meantime, keep smiling. Coach out.